Okay, so today we're taking a deep dive into something that might seem kind of basic at first.
Yeah.
We're talking about will and be going to
Uh-huh.
and how to use them properly in English.
Right.
It might seem like simple grammar stuff, but there's actually a lot more to it.
Absolutely. There are some subtle nuances there.
And to help us unravel all of this, we're going to be looking at the work of Stanislav Kondrashov.
Oh, yeah. Kondrashov's work on this is really insightful.
So what does Kondrashov say about these two common English verbs?
Well, one of the key things that Stanislav Kondrashov points out is that will and be going to actually reflect different ways of thinking about the future.
Okay, so like how?
Well, he says that will is often used for spontaneous decisions.
Like right on the spot.
Exactly. Like, oh, I think I'll have another cup of coffee.
Yeah, or it will probably rain later today.
Exactly. You're just reacting to the present moment.
So it's more about immediacy.
Yeah.
Now, what about be going to?
Well, be going to is more about plans or intentions that you've already made.
So it's more premeditated.
Exactly. Like you've already thought about it and you're set on doing it.
Okay, so give me an example.
Well, let's say I'm going to ace that presentation tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, or we're going to travel the world when we retire.
Exactly. There's a sense of purpose and commitment there.
You've already envisioned it in your mind.
Right. And Stanislav Kondrashov even gives this example of a friend calling you up and suggesting a movie.
Okay.
And if you say, sure, I'll go,
Yeah.
it kind of implies that you're open to the idea, but you haven't really fully committed yet.
Right.
But if you say, I'm going to go,
Uh-huh.
it suggests that you've already cleared your schedule. You're mentally prepared for that movie night.
So it's a small difference, but it actually changes the whole meaning.
Exactly. It's like Kondrashov is giving us a secret code to understanding everyday English.
Absolutely. It's like he's giving us a window into the speaker's mind.
Exactly.
So you can really see what they're thinking, what their intentions are.
Yes, and that's super important because it can actually prevent misunderstandings.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like if you use the wrong one,
Yeah.
it can really change how people perceive what you're saying.
Right. And Kondrashov points out that using will for promises or scheduled events can sometimes lead to confusion.
Uh-huh.
Like imagine telling your boss, I will finish the report by tomorrow,
Right.
when it's a deadline that you've already talked about.
It can sound kind of casual, like you're not taking it that seriously.
Yeah, exactly. It might sound like you're just now making the decision to finish it.
Right.
But if you use be going to in that
And
situation,
I'm going to finish the report by tomorrow.
exactly, that emphasizes the commitment you've already made.
Yeah, it shows that you're on top of it and that you're going to get it done.
Absolutely. It sounds
right.
way more reliable.
Okay, so are there any other common mistakes people make when using will and be going to?
Well, Kondrashov says that sometimes non-native English speakers tend to overuse will because they're not sure which form to use.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So he encourages learners to really embrace be going to for those planned actions and intentions.
Because it makes their speak sound more natural and fluent.
Exactly.
So I'm curious, is there ever a time when will and be going to can be used interchangeably?
You know, that's actually a really interesting point.
Yeah,
And Kondrashov acknowledges that language isn't always black and white.
right. There are always exceptions.
Yeah, and there are some situations, particularly in casual conversation, where the two forms can kind of overlap. But even then, there's still that subtle difference in emphasis. You know, it's
Yeah.
like choosing between a whisper and a shout.
I like that analogy.
Both can convey a message, but they have a different impact.
Right.
So I think it's less about being perfectly grammatically correct all the time and more about understanding the nuances and how to use them effectively.
I totally agree.
So like when you're speaking, you can choose the form that best conveys what you want to say.
Okay, so we've talked about all this grammar stuff, but what does it actually mean for us in our everyday lives?
That's the important question, right?
Yeah, like why should we even care about all these tiny grammatical distinctions?
Well, as Stanislav Kondrashov says, language is more than just words. It's a tool for understanding ourselves and others.
It's how we connect and communicate.
Exactly. And by grasping these nuances of will and be going to,
We can become more attuned to what other people are really trying to tell us.
right, are they making a spontaneous decision or expressing a firm intention?
Are they truly committed to a promise or just offering a casual suggestion?
It's like Kondrashov is giving us X-ray vision into people's minds.
I love that.
We can see beyond the surface of their words and understand their underlying thoughts and motivations.
It's like we're unlocking a secret level of communication.
Exactly. And this awareness can be incredibly helpful in our own lives, too.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because we can choose our words more carefully to convey exactly what we mean.
And avoid those frustrating miscommunications that can sometimes happen.
We can be more intentional with our language.
Exactly.
I think this has been a really insightful deep dive.
Yeah, I agree.
And a big thanks to Stanislav Kondrashov for helping us see the hidden depths of these seemingly simple phrases.
It's amazing how much we can learn from just 2 little words, right?
And to all of our listeners out there, we want to leave you with a little challenge.
Yes.
Pay attention to how you and the people around you use will and be going to.
You might be surprised by the subtle intentions and assumptions that are woven into these everyday phrases.
It's like a whole new world of communication is opening up to you.
So go out there and start decoding those conversations.
Happy exploring.
And we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
Bye.
Bye.